It could be over today for the Mariners. It could be over today. And Brad Adam joins us right now. Brad Adam, brought to you by John Howie Steak. Entertain your next clients, family, and friends at John Howie Steak. Have the best dining experience in the city. Visit johnhowiesteak.com. What do you mean, no?
Why do you start with that? The negativity from the Limback Lumber Studios.
I'm just saying it's a possibility.
It is, and we'll know soon. I haven't checked the scores yet. I know the games have started.
Hey, I will. Hold on. Let's get a live.
That's what you're for. I love this live update.
Let's do a live update. I mean, it's not like I'm not doing enough stuff right now. Live update from our nation's capital.
Yes.
Bottom of the third inning. Nationals 1, Royals 4.
Oh.
Bottom of the third inning.
You tricked me on that one.
I sure did. Music City. No, it's not Music City. What's Detroit? That's Tennessee.
Tampa
That's
Bay.
Nashville. What's Detroit? Motown. Jesus God. I'm an idiot. Music City. What a moron.
What do you got?
Tigers are trailing 2-0 to the Rays.
What was it again? I'm sorry.
So that's good.
Yeah.
So hope's still alive a little bit. Okay?
Yeah, I took
the Rays. Are you paying attention right now? The Tigers are losing to the Rays 2-0.
Okay. See?
So that's good.
So they can, something to play for tomorrow night.
Something to play for tomorrow. Well, that's right, because we've got it's fan appreciation night tomorrow.
Well, the fireworks, you got, giveaways all weekend long, big crowds, seeing the A's for the final time. Well, hey, how much would you pay, honestly, to be at that game today in Oakland? The last game of the Coliseum. That'd be pretty cool, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I mean, I think. Well, it would. I mean, clearly, it's going to mean more if I was an A's fan.
True.
But
just to see that, steal some seats like the fans are doing. I mean, they're having a great time in Oakland.
It was awesome. Did I see a guy brought in like a metal cutter or something, ripping the seats out?
To get the seats out, yeah. And security was chasing him in the parking lot. With seats, yeah. I mean, guys are getting, dirt, grass. They're just getting everything they can from the Coliseum, yeah.
It's just sad. I mean, I've watched a bunch of videos that have been coming out from A's fans, and it's just a sad state of affairs. What has happened down there, right? And we went through it obviously with the whole thing with the Sonics, and it's just it sucks. I grew up watching that team a lot. That was when I was a kid. That was the coolest team in baseball.
Yeah, the uniforms.
Oh, the uniforms, the best.
Bash Brothers, yeah, they were. 3 straight World Series there in the end of the 80s and 90s. They were the team, man. But
just
now,
sucks, man.
Now it's bad.
Just sucks. We had Kruger on Tuesday, and just hearing Kruger talk about it.
And he played there. Yeah, he was an A.
5 years, first 5 years of his career there.
No, see, Mariner fans, it could be worse.
Well, I mean, they've won the division 4 times in the last 20 plus years.
No, I don't worry about winning. At least we have a team. How about that? We're not going to Sacramento,
Well, if we could ship them to Sacramento, our team, I might go for that.
Oh, Puck. I tell you, man, you think about this team, and it's like we always talked about this year, if they were just an average offense, that they'd be good. And they've been better than average the last month. Right? They've been top 5 across baseball in offense. So if we had this off with these guys, think about that. With just these guys, they'd be winning. They've clinched the West by now. So maybe I'm thinking differently now, Puck, because I'm an optimist. I'm thinking differently now. Here we go. You ready?
Don't get sucked in.
Drinking the Kool-Aid.
The Kool-Aid.
We don't trade a pitcher this offseason. We just hopefully somehow convince Edgar to stay around, keep this mentality, keep this type of production.
Brad is
from these
frozen
guys.
up.
Upgrade a little bit when they can.
Frozen up a little bit. Honest, I know what it was,
but
yeah, you're freezing up there, Brad, a little bit.
Maybe they didn't like that response. Yeah,
we have to get you reconnected, my friend. Because you know what? Here's the thing is that ownership is starting to yell at you and say, "Hey, man,
there we go.
There we go. You got to get a better internet connection, my friends. Well, what's going on there? Do you need? Hey,
I'm upstairs now because wife's working on a call. I think I should go down there and just dominate her work call. Don't you think? I got a sick daughter sleeping, trying to stay away from her. I'm sure she has COVID.
Oh, that's good. Is COVID still a thing, huh?
I think so. I don't know what you even do now. Just send them to school? I think I just sent them to school.
This was a good reminder because your internet seems to be a little slow.
Yeah.
Right?
A little bit. Xfinity not doing me any favors today.
Is it
Do you have a solution? Do you have something for me?
What's wrong with your internet there? What's Xfinity doing wrong for you?
I don't know. How do I know?
Huh?
How do I know? I'm not in the little cable. I don't know.
Get a new internet provider.
There you go.
Itch them. Come on.
Yeah.
What do you do with your girl that's got COVID? Yeah, send her to school. Just see how that. Yeah, we're gonna send her to school no matter what. Here you go.
I tell you, if it was game day today, she's playing volleyball. If it's game day, I'd send her so she could play. But
yeah.
But they played last night, so she can take today off. She's staying home today, and then I guess send them tomorrow. I don't know what you do. There's no guidelines anymore, right?
There are no guidelines,
Okay.
but you know what I'm going to tell you right now? It's a public service announcement.
Oh,
ready?
Please.
3, 2, 1. Ditch your Xfinity cable and internet.
For what?
For quantum fiber home internet.
Okay.
Fastest internet service around. Quantum fiber does not pay me, but I would like them to pay me at some point.
Gotcha.
So quantum fiber, high speed, fast internet.
Maybe they'll pay me as well.
They could pay you.
Yep. I'm saying, hey, run it back with this offense, and they'll win the West next year. Keep the pitchers. Don't trade. The offense is good enough, Puck. Look what they've done. They're good enough.
I agree with you. It's something that the human pony keg when he was sipping his whiskey the other day.
It's 10 in the morning. No, I know that was taped. That was fun though.
It was taped.
That was fun.
But at least I told everybody it was taped. It's not like old school radio where we still try to lie to people
that it's live. Yeah. Did he say the same thing? Don't trade a pitcher?
Yeah, he's like, hey, man, I just got done. Because he was like all of us. Hey, they're going to have to trade somebody in the offseason to get a bat.
Yeah.
And he said after watching Miller throw, he's like, can't do it. Can't trade one of these young guys. I think we both agreed if you're going to trade one, you trade Castillo and maybe get something in return.
Yeah, that'd be the one, right? And trying to run it back with most of these guys on offense. Obviously, you're going to add. You're going to get a couple of guys, unless you're going to expand the payroll, which they haven't been able to do that in the recent years. So I don't know if they'll be able to pick up everybody's option. I don't know if they want to. But if you could just get this production, whoever it is, and now I know Julio's out of his head right now.
See, this is why he needs quantum
can't expect
fiber.
this all season long, but
hey,
quantum, is it coming? I might have to.
Quantum's coming to you.
Quantum's coming to me. Can they come over?
Hey, Quantum.
How fast can they get here?
Live now and get over there as fast as you can. You kind of broke up. I think if they trade Castillo, they can get obviously out of the money. So can they reinvest it back into the team? Okay, yes. I would have they would. He's got to waive his no trade clause. I do think if you trade him to someone like the Dodgers or the Yankees, I'll just parrot what Divish said. I think that you will get a pretty good prospect back as well for him. But yeah, Miller untouchable, Woo's untouchable, Gilbert and Kirby untouchable to me. It's just they're just too good to sit there and move on and watch them be great in another uniform.
And they're great together, and they're great with Cal. And you just watch them pitch in a series, and you appreciate them so much more. Now, granted, Houston, didn't try the last game. They were all hungover, and they had no Alvarez for the entire series. But that pitching staff, just completely shuts down Houston now. The last 2 years, they have just figured out how to pitch to them. Houston wants no part of the Mariners. I know they beat them in the postseason last year, but like you said, every game close, one run. Without the Robbie Ray debacle, who knows what would have happened in that one. But nobody wants to face these guys. So, yeah, I think that's the smarter move now, right? Keep them together and just continue to throw them out there and just now get better around them. Add now. See what they can do. See how good you can be with this rotation. And then just, add a little here, there. Keep Edgar, keep Dan. They've changed things around. They've changed the kind of the culture, the feeling, the philosophy on hitting, which is kind of funny to me, Puck. It took them this long to figure out, put the ball in play with 2 strikes. Hit the ball up the middle, just like, really?
Sacrifice fly.
Yeah, a bunt here and there. Like, have we ever seen that in baseball before?
The way the game's been played for 150 years?
Yeah, your Little League team does that.
We don't do that, but okay.
You preach fundamentals. It's funny to me to hear these guys talk now and say like, well, yeah, that's the way you were supposed to play baseball, but you weren't doing that the last 5 months. Okay. Hey, but it's working now, right? Everything's good. If they fall short, they've got something certainly to build on next year, right? And maybe they keep that philosophy. It's somewhat funny to hear them talk. They all do it to a man too. It's funny.
That's what I don't want to hear though. And I know I'm going to hear it. I just don't want to hear, God, look at you. We fell one game short.
Right. 2 years in a row. We're right there.
We fell one game short.
It's working.
Right there. But we think that the moves we made here at the end and now having a whole offseason with new leadership is going to put us in a great position for 25. And again, there probably is some truth to that, but I just don't, as a fan, want to hear it. Because it's just, to me, it's just an excuse again for them. And here's the other thing too: there's no guarantee that Edgar comes back. I don't. Right. You said it. Divish has said it. You both don't think he wants the job full time.
I don't, but I do think that there's a way to keep him around the team, certainly on homestands, and keep him involved. He's certainly. Whatever he's been telling and preaching these guys, it's worked. They seem to understand hitting better, and the results have been a lot better. But I think he'll help. I think what we saw in Texas with Dan Wilson calling Jay Buhner to talk to the team. He addressed the team before the first game, and just be around these guys and their attitude and their kind of the way they play. And the way they did play, I think it's good to have these guys around. I think they'll continue to be around, even more so, and
bring them all back.
Bring them back.
What's McLemore doing? Can he be
He's working with Texas, darn it.
Okay, he's working with Tech. Where's Nelly? Can Nelly be the bullpen coach? Would ownership allow Nelly to come back?
I don't think so, but he's with the Yankees. He's doing and the Marlins. It's weird. He's splitting up the season, Marlins and Yankees doing their broadcasts.
Yeah, that's right. I knew that.
Yeah, we'll get Moyer back. Moyer can be pitching.
Sure, let's get Moyer, old school pitching.
Brett Boone around. Ichiro's still there.
Podcast, he can't do it.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
He's killing it on the podcast.
Yeah. We'll pass him. Don't worry.
We're coming for you. We're gonna take your spot. But yeah, I think that will be the if they do fail to get in, which again is just it's going to take a miracle. They've got to sweep Oakland, and then those other teams they got to lose. Right. After the Tigers and Royals win one game, it's over.
Right. They got to lose out. All 4 of their games left. Yes.
So that to me will be the biggest storyline. Will be what will this group do with those, because they know that the most value that they could get back for a major league ready hitter or would be trading guys and fighting that temptation to do it. I want them to fight it. I don't want them to trade one of those guys. I'm with you, and I'm with Divish on that. I want to see it.
I've changed because before, there's no hope. It's so bleak for the offense. You're like, God, they need to get like 3 bats, right? Yeah. Now you're thinking, well, if these guys can kind of keep producing, they can add, because they're going to have to add a bat. They're not going to bring everybody back. So they're going to have to add, and if you can get a little more production, or this production, right? 4.5 runs a game.
Capital. Update from our nation's capital. The Nationals, thanks to a Garcia Jr. 3-run home run.
Oh, tied it?
We have tied it at 4. The Nationals and Royals are tied at 4.
What inning?
We are in the bottom of the 4th inning.
Okay, still batting. There we go.
Let's go Washington.
Come on. I don't want them both to win today. So you go to the park tomorrow and be like, we're out. As small as the hope is, you want to be able to play, and still say, hey, we're playing for something, Puck. We got fireworks tonight. We got the fans coming out. Let's play for something.
It's going to be a tough sell for fan appreciation night tomorrow if the people are walking into the platform. Oh, fan appreciation night. Yay, we're out of the playoffs again. That's a tough one. That's a tough sell.
I know. And we'll know, let's see, those games.
No, they're over by 1.
No, yeah, today, but I'm saying tomorrow. If they're in it, they'll be over tomorrow by the 3rd inning, second, 3rd inning.
Tigers play. Well, the Tigers.
So we'll
play
know.
the White Sox.
I know.
That game starts at 3:40.
Yeah.
And
Don't write them on first pitch or first inning, second inning. We'll know.
Well, the Royals will be in Kansas City. Or excuse me, the Royals will be in. Thank you. They are in Kansas City. The Royals will be in Atlanta taking on the Braves. 4:20.
They've got the Braves.
Yeah,
if they can play without that hurricane. How about them playing a doubleheader on Monday? Like, that is brutal.
Oh, that's right, because the
brutal.
Hurricane.
Yeah. They'll have to play those games.
Yeah.
And then the playoffs start, I would guess, Wednesday, maybe the next day for them.
Yeah, so
brutal.
If for Fan Appreciation Day, you would, for their sake, the organization, like, can we just have hope tomorrow? The fireworks, like, what if they get eliminated? Like, but let's say they're eliminated today, and then like everyone has got tickets to the game and all that, but then people are like, you know what, F them and F the whole thing. I'm out, not coming. No one's there. They do fireworks night, and no one is in the stadium. Like, do they do it anymore? Do they say, let's continue to do it? Maybe we shouldn't. What do we do?
I think they do it. I think they do it. No one. It's going to be a big crowd. It'll be a fun weekend, Puck. Lots of fun giveaways for the fans. You got the fireworks. Yeah. And then Sunday, I love it, too, after the game.
Read off the quick. Hurry up. Go ahead.
They get a basket of goodies, and they run around the field, and the players do. That's my favorite thing. I'm reading off the camera. That's my favorite thing on Sunday. They throw T-shirts and stuff into the stands. It's great. They high five the fans, take pictures, say, wait till next year, guys.
Hey, next year.
Hey, how are you? Next year, guys.
Pass on a message.
Renew those season tickets.
Because you pass on a message to me to the higher ups who can make decisions on things. Sure. And it's just a small thing.
All right, give it to me. And
I actually was talking at our football practice the other day. Eagles. Oh. That's our chant. You got to every time you say Inter Bay, you got to yell Eagles. Okay. Can we get them to open up the park sooner? So
2 hours not enough?
So kids can actually see the home team take batting practice.
Well,
they have got to be the only team that does this. Where if you are a kid in a city that you want the kids to grow up being Mariner fans, right?
Yes.
You are a kid and you don't have season tickets. You're not a Diamond Club member. You can't get into the stadium early enough to go watch Julio take BP or watch whoever your favorite player is. And then you can't get autographs or any of that stuff. You can do it for the opposing team, but you can't do it for the home team. I think it's one of the dumbest decisions they've ever made.
Okay, now hold on.
Okay, give it to me. Tell me I'm wrong about something.
Now on the road, I have to think. I'm not sure if you're right. I don't know if that 2-hour rule is across baseball. I'm not sure.
Yes, 2 years ago. 2 years ago, when we went on our trip, when we were at Wrigley, that thing was open more than 2 hours, and we watched the Cubs take batting practice, and then we watched the Reds take batting practice.
Okay,
I watched it all.
Okay, so maybe I'm wrong there, but what the Mariners have done to solve that problem is this year they're offering tickets. You can purchase tickets to come in early and be on the field for batting practice. I'm not sure I think it's I'm not sure the amount, but you have to pay extra to get on the field to watch Mariners batting practice. So
I've seen that, but it's only it's like 20 kids, like 20 people get it.
I can't remember, it's 50 or 100, maybe. I'm not sure what it is. But they allow you to pay to get on the field for batting practice. But I understand your point.
Are they going to make me pay next time I want to go use the bathroom? I'd like to use the bathroom, sir. Can I pay extra to go use the bathroom now?
Hey, we had thanks for your suggestion. My dad and I had a great time at that Yankees game.
I told you.
He had never been to the Hall of Fame. He had no idea it was there. The Mariners Hall of Fame. I said, yeah, it's pretty good.
I don't think many fans know that Hall of Fame section behind basically home plate.
Yeah.
Where the cheap 12-ounce beers are.
Which I saw, which was very nice. That bar was great. No line. It was great.
Never a line. There's never a line. Did you go up against the wall and try to make the catch?
Of course.
Of course.
But that was good. And then we went up 300 level. It was a sunny day. It was great.
Yeah.
We went up to the Triton deck. They had a private party. We crashed that. Stole some Modelo's, and had a great time. Yeah, had a great time. We heckled Angie and Val on the set there. We had a good time. So thanks for the suggestion.
You're going to go to games more as a fan now, I think.
Yeah, it was fun. I enjoyed it. And they won. It was great. I'm yelling at people, I'm eating peanuts, dropping shells everywhere. It's like, nobody cares. I mean, we had a big hot dog, had a sausage. It was great, man.
Look at you. You're one of us.
It was great.
You're like Us Magazine. Right? You know, they're these celebrities. They're like us. They go shop their own groceries.
I love that. Yeah.
That's my favorite thing
Pump their own gas. No, they don't. No, they don't.
They want their own dog.
No, they don't.
You don't say.
No, I don't. Hey, I heard you talking earlier about the offseason, though. Obviously, it's going to be huge. And will they have that press conference? That's going to be interesting.
What do you think? I hope they do. I think they.
I don't know.
They deserve. I think the fans and the baseball community deserves them to be up there.
It'll be interesting to see what they do. And then busy offseason. Even if they keep all the pitchers, we're now kind of leaning towards that. They still have a lot of holes to fix around the roster and offense. So it'll be an interesting, very active off season, I think, for Mariners fans.
And I don't think it's a great free agent class.
I don't know.
I'm gonna look it up.
But the problem though is, as we've seen, it's hard to get hitters here, and the hitters you do get are on kind of the backside of the careers. You know what I mean? So
exactly.
Yeah. So it's trade is the way to kind of go. And if the good thing is the farm system is loaded and stocked, so you don't have to trade major league talent to get major league talent. You know, you could trade some prospects and bring in some bats and, remake the team a little bit, but really get after it, because this is a year that, I mean, we've talked ad nauseum about it, right? The opportunities that they had, the 10-game lead, the West being terrible. This was one where they're going to look back and say, man, that was a golden opportunity for us, and hopefully they don't let that, pass again.
It's the biggest. I've been watching it my whole life. It's the biggest gut punch season ever.
Yeah, I mean, that to lose that 10-game lead in record time and then fall 6 back, and then have some hope in the wild card, and it just didn't quite work out. You needed to start sweeping series, not just winning series. I mean, it's great. Winning series, you're over 500 again. You're in it till the last weekend. But it's just not enough. And you look back to Puckett, we talk a lot about the Angels and the Tigers, those series, and they were terrible, and they should have done better. But it's funny where, a series in June, you'll think, big deal. You lose to the Nationals. Big deal. You lose to the Marlins,
See, that's what I hate
deal.
About baseball fans. And I am a baseball fan, but I hate baseball snob fan who then don't tell, who get on people to not care about the games in the beginning of the season. I just hate it. It's not, it's not football. Well, everyone recognizes it's not football. But when you do lose a series in the beginning of the year to an inferior team,
Miami,
that stuff comes back to bite you.
Pittsburgh. Yeah. And they don't have the tiebreakers over anybody. And you go even further. Red Sox, nope. Yankees, nope. Cleveland, nope. Anybody ahead of them, nope. So you're right. I mean, even a random series in Minnesota in May matters.
They all count. That's why they play them.
Exactly.
That's why when the season starts, they don't go, hey, the first 2 months of the season. Manfred doesn't come out and go, we're not going to count these games.
Right. We're going to reset. And everybody's 0-0.
We're going to see how everyone plays, and then we're going to get to the All-Star break, and then what we're going to do is we're going to start seeding everyone.
There you go.
And then we're going to start the season. Yeah, they don't.
Yeah, it's hard but it is hard to be, I don't know, at the top of your game and really function like you want to the whole 162 games. I mean, I do get that, but there is importance in winning series and beating teams under 500. I mean, that also is very important to do.
I was going to look at the free agents right now.
Yeah.
Hey, you can bring Teoscar back.
There you go.
He's an unrestricted free agent. Juan Soto clearly will be the number one guy on the market.
That's going to be awesome.
Man, everything. Pete Alonso.
Yeah, need a first baseman. How about Gino? Is Gino up? I think he's up, right?
is Geno.
What a great second half for him. Wow.
He may. I'm looking. I don't know if he's an unrestricted free agent. Maybe I'll double check. I'm not sure. Josh, well, I'm just looking at this list right now from Spotrac. Josh Bell, Alonso, Alex Bregman.
Yeah, need a third baseman. But here's a question for you. If you had, let's say, I'm just going to throw a number out there. Let's just say $30 million. And I don't know anything about the budget. If you have $30 million, would you get, Pete Alonso, a one hitter, or would you try to spread it out like they have done and get, 3 or 4 hitters for $30 million? See,
I would get the big guy.
Would you?
I think spreading it around hasn't worked.
True.
Because what do you need to upgrade? Let me ask you this. Where are you? Let's go through it. Okay, we're comfortable at catcher.
Yes.
Okay.
Sign him. Try to sign him every day.
So catcher.
Yeah.
Okay, let's just do this. So catcher, we're good. First base, question mark.
Yes.
What are you going to do?
If Justin Turner wants to come back, do you maybe?
He's 40 years old.
I know he's going to be 40, but he's still producing, and maybe you pair him with Rayleigh. I like Rayleigh's bat in the lineup.
Okay, so you want I'll give it to you. So you like a Turner Rayleigh combo?
Yeah, because then Turner can play some outfield too. Turner can DH. Rayleigh can play outfield. Excuse me. Let's just say that.
Justin Turner in the outfield? What the hell?
That would be good.
Turner out in center field?
Yeah, when Julio needs a day, you run out Turner.
Hey, Turner, you come into my office. Yeah, what are you guys doing? You're playing in center field today.
I have not run in 5 years, Skip.
My knees are cracking.
Yeah, I don't do
that. By the
that.
way, next time you talk to Turner,
yeah,
where do I get a shirt like this?
Oh, my gosh.
He
tucks it in, right? Tucks it in, and he's got the gold.
He's whatever the shirt's underneath. That's a low V-neck. Yeah. But then he's found a uniform that's also a low V-neck cut.
I think he just unbuttons. I don't know what it is, but yeah,
he does something different
awesome.
to the jersey. I mean, he's really letting it all out there.
Yeah.
He's a lot of meat salad out there. I love it.
Like it. All right, so we got first base.
Okay, second base.
You need someone.
Okay.
Yep.
Let me ask you. Okay,
shortstop.
I'm going to get to that in a second. Hold on, just because don't answer the shortstop. Third base. Yes.
Yeah.
Got anything? Okay. Yeah. Left field, we're good.
Well, let's assume that Randy's coming back, right?
Yeah, Randy's coming back.
Okay, let's assume he's coming back, so the outfield's set. Julio and Robles, we're set.
Yep.
Okay,
so outfield set. Third base, shortstop. That's a heavy sigh.
I know. I love JP, and he's under contract, but and maybe it was just an off year, Puck.
Or last year was just a one-off.
Right. But I think you can live with that in a good lineup. What he's been doing the last 2 months since he came back from injury, hitting 8th or 9th. I think you can live with that. The defense is still good. Still leader guy. I think you can live with that hitting 8th or 9th. He's never going to lead off again. So I'm okay with that. Yeah, I'm okay with JP.
How is his leadership? Because Divish and I were talking about it, and he had mentioned that one thing that he thinks is missing this year was that veteran leadership in the clubhouse, and that Cal could be the guy, but he's like Cal's doing everything else though. But he's like he's hitting, he's having a great season, he's working on the pitchers, like he can't do it all. And then I thought about that. I'm like, well, what about the shortstop? Why isn't he more vocal? Like here's the thing about JP, and I like JP. Yeah, he hardly ever talks. You don't really see him do many interviews. I don't know when they're in a tailspin, and maybe he can't, Brad, because he's in a tailspin,
right?
So he can't talk. But I don't know, and I'm maybe speaking out of turn here because I'm not in the clubhouse. I'm not covering the team, but when they've been going through this, I just haven't heard much from him. And I'm just wondering is how much is there a leadership? And again, I don't know what's happening behind the scenes. So again, I could be off on that.
Yeah, and myself as well in that boat. No, I think he is. I think that's a good point you make when you're not going well and you're trying to hit 200. You know, you're not really going to call other guys out. But I think. No, I think he's still.
What the hell are you doing over there?
What are you stealing home for, man?
You're hitting 130.
You had 0 home runs in 2 months.
Yeah,
But I think just him, the daily work and the daily presence, I think it's there. I think he it was tough for him to see Ty France go. Those guys are really tight. Seager go a couple years ago. That was tough. He's not maybe the most vocal guy, but as far as being, a guy who puts in the work, shows up every day, and kind of leads by example type guy, I guess he'd fall into that category as opposed to a vocal guy. I guess they don't really have a big vocal presence.
Well, they don't.
I'm trying to think. Yeah,
he doesn't talk.
Right. Cal does a little. Julio doesn't. Julio does. And the two Mitches would be your veteran guys. And I think they help out in the clubhouse, but they're not addressing because they can't. They're not playing a whole lot. That's and the pitchers
not producing.
Yeah, and the pitchers don't do much. Yeah, maybe there's not a vocal. I'm trying to think of.
I mean, I think his example, at least was, the Carlos Santanas of the world, Suarez. I mean, some of these guys. Yeah. A little bit more of a veteran presence in that clubhouse probably is a good thing and a wise thing for these guys.
Well, and I think Justin Turner has really helped that roll down the stretch. I mean, he is really talked to a lot of the guys about this process postseason and about hitting an approach. I watch him at the cage when he talks to Edgar, and then he'll sit on a bucket and just talk to everybody who comes by him. Like he was talking to Cal about showing him something about how to load your hips or do something. I don't know what it was, but it's interesting to have Turner talk to everybody in addition to Edgar talk to everybody. He's one of those guys where it's like, dude, I'm like, the oldest, position player here. I've been to the World Series. I've done everything, right? He's been DFA'd. He's been traded. He's been released. He's been everything. So this is what I've learned. Exactly. And I think he's done a good job of that. And you watch his at bats and it's just nice, bases loaded the other day. Full count. What does he do? He hits one to center field, sac fly. Yesterday, they had bases loaded. He's hunting an inside pitch. He gets that from Yusei, who, by the way, Yusei looks like a whole different pitcher. But anyway, double down the line and left. They win the game. It's just little things. And I think he's helped out the team. With the same the whole the second voice there for Edgar and Dan, maybe a third voice, but saying this is how your approach needs to be. Like you can take a couple chances, first, second strike, right? You can try to do some damage, but now we got to really work the count. We got to really put the ball in play. We got to do something, up the middle or right side, advance the runner. You got to do little things, sacrifice fly, sacrifice bunts. It just looked a lot better. And I think he's a big part of that. So it's why if you bring him back next year, you're certainly not to start and play every game, but just to have that voice again. In addition to him, because I think he can still be productive. He's not a home run guy anymore, which is fine, but he gives you good at bats, man.
We got an update. The Rays have added another run across the board.
So what do we got?
The fifth inning. We're headed to the bottom of the fifth in Motown, and the Rays lead the Tigers 3-0. Royals and Nationals headed to the sixth, tied at 4.
Okay,
who's winning? The Cubs.
There you go.
What's the name? Is
that Harry Carey there? What was that?
It's remember from Ferris Bueller's Day Off, and the principal's running around, and he's at the baseball. He's watching the game, and hey, what's the score? It's the Cubs game's on. He's like 0-0. Sure. He's like, he's such an idiot. He's like, who's winning? And the guy looks. Was like the Bears.
It's just funny. My youngest is a sophomore, and she had a class. I forget which class it was. It was marketing, and teacher said, "Who's seen Ferris Bueller's Day Off?" Like, I don't know how it even came up. And she was the only one, Puck, raised her hand.
Come on. She's seen it?
She's seen it. Yeah.
Good for her. Yeah. I'm trying to get when I get my daughter.
I watched it. I said, hey, we're going to watch this comedy. A lot of them don't translate. Like, if I watch them again with the girls, I'm like, I thought this was funnier. Or, I don't like it. But that one was solid. That one
still hits?
That one hits. Yeah, that one hits. Uncle Buck, that one hit.
We've seen that. Uncle Buck.
Right? I mean, come on.
When do you go breakfast? Have you done Breakfast Club yet?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, like that one.
You've already done it.
Yep. The girls did all that. The 16 Candles, Breakfast Club.
What's on Jake?
What's the other one? Of course.
Who doesn't have Jake? I mean, the thing about Jake.
And he never acted again?
That
was it? No, that was it. I think that was it.
That's a one and done.
How about that?
And that's when I fell in love with that Porsche. That's the Porsche.
Oh, yeah.
And that's the one I want when you have the midlife crisis.
Right. And it's coming. It's coming, right? The crisis?
It's on the corner. It is right around the corner, my friend. Hey, did you see video of Catie? Hold on.
Pretty in Pink. That's the other one. Sorry.
Pretty in Pink's a great one. Did you see the video of Catie Criggs taking a
what do they call that? The Homer
hydration station.
Yeah.
She looks like she's never done that before in her life.
And like, oh my God. She puked like 3 seconds later. Yeah. But good for her, right? Good for her. Yeah.
Oh, nothing like it. Oh, beer bong. Good for you, Catie.
God, those were the days, weren't they?
We should hire her.
Well, wait a minute. Have you ever tried beer bong like a wine cooler?
Oh, I went to college for 6 years. Brad, what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, beer fine, but wine coolers, those were tough, man. Those were
Mad Dog one time.
Oh, that's tough.
Yeah,
that's tough.
Maybe a Thunderbird. Just things that aren't good for you, Brad.
No, and it's like, do we want our kids to do that? It's like, we did it, but I don't really want my daughter. No. Like, no, I don't.
No, but
Dad, did you?
What do you think your daughter's doing now at Tucson, my friend?
I know
you don't want to think about it.
I think she's doing okay. I think. I mean, I know she's dabbled in a few drinks. Like the twisted tea is pretty popular.
Oh, that's a big one.
Yeah, that's a big one. It's so hot there. They're always in these, summer drinks. There's 103 there yesterday. I was like, good for you.
This is how much I hate that stupid drink. We were at the Apple Cup, and there was a woman sitting next to us, and she's like, hey, somebody was sitting here, and they bought me a drink, but I don't want it. Or I bought them a drink, but then they moved. It was like those 24-ounce twisted teas. Like, do you want it? I go, yeah, no. I go, I'm not a freshman in high school. I'm good.
Yeah, that's the popular one, I guess. They're on campus, but yeah, I know she does that, and I mean, she'll learn.
Take it easy. All right, you think they'll? Okay. What do you think? Last thing before we let you go, they go into Sunday. Are they eliminated or still have a shot?
Is this the ever optimistic corporate Brad?
Yeah,
I mean, honestly, it'd be a small miracle. I think they could easily sweep the A's. I think having Detroit plays Chicago, they're going to set the all-time record. For them not to win a game among their four, that's a big ask. But hey, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and do it, Puck. I'm going to say corporate. They lose 3 straight, and the Mariners win their next 2. And Sunday, for all the marbles, baby, it's going to be an hour pregame. We're going to get excited. Hour post. Every pitch is going to. We're on the edge of our seats.
$5
scoreboard watching.
Can't wait.
Come on,
throw peanuts at you.
Please do.
Hey, good luck. Have fun playing golf today. Nice clubs in the back.
Actually, no golf today.
Well, okay.
I know I got stuff to do, and then I got a soccer game. I'm like, come on, man.
Okay, well, hey, don't get injured.
No, I'm not playing. I got to watch it. Kidding me?
Yes, sir.
Hey, we're talking next week, right? We're still doing this?
We're going to talk next week. Yeah, we'll talk. Regardless of what happens, we'll talk.
Maybe I'll be in Houston. We'll talk from the first round of the playoffs, my friend.
I hope you are.
That'd be awesome.
All right, we'll see you.
Thanks, Buck.
There he is, Brad Adam. Root Sports, all brought to you by John Howie Steak. Entertain your next clients, family and friends at John Howie Steak. Have the best dining experience in the city, johnhowiesteak.com. If you just joined that late, all of these appearances with Brad and all of our guests will be available up on YouTube and then listening apps, Apple, Spotify, wherever you find your podcasts, and, of course, up at pucksports.com.